Okay, hi gang, Mike Brenner here. So I want to talk today a little bit about the various guard positions that we use when we're fighting with sword and shield. The thing I have here, this is an antique old edged weapon that I'm going to use for the sword for demonstration purposes. The reason for that is to allow the viewer to see the orientation of the leading edge and the back edge. In this case, this sword has a bit of a false edge up to about here, and then a back edge which is flat and not sharp, but it's got a nice guard, C-guard on it, and I'm going to use the round shield for this purpose. So this is basically for center boss shields, and I'm going to use the round. There's a lot of different shapes that we all use. The thing we want to remember and be aware of for the any guard that we're using, guards are starting points for forms and attack, defense, fundamental methods, and for transition stopping points or flowing through points. It's really important to understand that. What I'm going to talk about today with guards, I'm going to go through a lot that are fundamental and a little bit more advanced, just so that you guys can see and start thinking about a lot of different varieties that you might try using when you're fighting. So first fundamental I like is, you know, the sword back on the shoulder, elbow tucked in, stance is nice and deep, forward, left foot, because I'm right-handed, pointing at my opponent. So sword back, sword forward, point forward, going to be here, and this is kind of like the, this is the middle point forward guard. High, you just push it higher. Low, you push it down to your hip. There's different things you can do most efficiently from those positions. Obviously low, a good body thrust or leg. Middle is kind of good for all blocking, and also a standard, just good place for attack and defense. High, it's got to leave you a little bit more open down in here, but it's going to allow that snap to that head to be faster because it's already up there instead of having to come from all the way down there. There is Iron Chicken. We're going to be more in here. We don't want to go flat. We're going to be edge somewhat directed towards our opponent on about a 45-degree angle away, maybe a little more than that, so that I can come in here, play around with that, see where I'm at. We can use sword forward, kind of in that wary place for, you know, that thrust or back thrust. Okay, this gets people a little widgy because they're not sure what you got to do, but they really pretty much are sure you got to do a thrust. But you may come to here and throw that melon, right? Or you might step back with a face thrust and then come forward, you know. So again, just transitions. Often is the case anyway. The other foot forward, so funny foot forward, is really an advanced level because now this side of me is really open, so we have to really be careful what's happening over here. It's a lot easier to block in here. Sword blocking, right? Okay, as soon as I come forward, now that sword, I'm going to push that sword forward more into a single sword style guard. Okay, so it's going to look more like this. That side is going to look more like that. In the front, it's going to look in here. maybe a little higher. And what this is allowing me to do is increase range, or again, to transition to a step across to here, or quick thrust, right? Step forward, thrust, you know, those kind of things. The nature of some of the other angles, make sure I showed for the, you know, iron chicken, you're in here for that low forward thrust here, making sure I got my shield where it needs to be. And see how when I cut, move, transition, okay. If you have any questions, leave them in comments on the video on my channel. Thanks.